about Grizz Bash tonight. But in addition to be able to play with John Morant and Jaren Jackson and all these different guys at the Grizz Bash, there's going to be personalities on hand like Lane Whitaker and the Grizz Gaming guys. And you have brought in people in town like real professional streamers.
We called in the heavy. Like, no one wants to come play with me. Let's figure that out.
That's right.
People want to come play with real streamers, guys who are professionals, guys who have their audiences. So, you know, with St. Jude, we're raising money tonight. St. Jude helped bring in some of the guys who stream for them. And
yes, sir.
This is iPodKingCarter.
Yeah, what's good, everybody?
iPodKingCarter. Now, obviously, we must begin with the name.
Okay.
Why did your parents name you iPod?
Luckily, they didn't have any hand in it.
They didn't. Okay. iPod King Carter. When you put together, I want to know what the variations of the name were. Was this the original name, or did this become the name over time?
Actually, it was the original name.
It was?
Yeah, so funny story. Back in high school, statute of limitations are kind of like up now.
Yep.
Basically, I went to a house party. They still had CDs, and I just couldn't get with it. No. So the CDs started skipping. People were jumping up and down. Music just kept stopping over and over. I went to my car, got my aux cord. I had one of the first original iPods.
The huge ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
The white one with the squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
The brick.
Wheel.
The brick.
Wheel.
Was it black and white?
No, it was all white.
It
was all
no,
white.
like the screen. Was it black and white or
Oh,
color?
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure,
Yeah,
black and white,
of
for
course.
sure. You could barely see it in the dark. It was terrible.
Terrible.
But I plugged it in, and we were rocking the whole night. And from that day forward, I was iPod King. And that's all people knew me for. So as people started getting Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, hey, load up my iPod. Hey, iPod, come do this. So that's how my name originated.
You're the iPod King.
Literally.
All right. So when did you become a big gamer, where it was taking up a lot of your time and you were becoming good at it?
I would have to say in 2011 is when I realized that gaming was going to be something for the future. And since I already loved it, why not put my time into it? You know, when I got into gaming, it wasn't really for the money that a lot of people nowadays get into gaming for. It was more of, I'm playing with my friends, we're having a heck of a time, and we're recording our clips on our old school cell phones. I'm talking like G1s, the first original iPhone, like anything that had a camera, the old Sprint phone, flip phones with the speaker on the front. We were doing all of that.
Sidekick?
All of that. So what I did was one of my friends just hit me up one day and was like, hey, you know I'm from St. Louis. I know you're from PA. Why don't we try to record some clips and upload them to YouTube?
Okay.
And I was like, all right, why not? And one of my first videos got like 10,000 views, and I was like,
one of the first ones did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I said, you know what? Let's try this. And then when NBA 2K11 came out, I still call it the GOAT. Some people will call 2K16 the GOAT, but I still call that game the GOAT because it started my journey, basically.
Okay.
So when that game came out, I started recording, becoming more professional, getting actual recording equipment. This was like back in the days like Dazzles and HD PVRs and all that stuff. Things with like a million wires. Like my wife couldn't stand me for like 2 months straight. She was like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't like it. You need to go to work right now. You're getting on my nerves.
So at this time, you're already married. I assume you got a regular job.
Yep.
And this is what you're doing as kind of a hobby, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Where are you working?
I'm working at the Philadelphia International Airport.
Oh, okay. So you're working at the airport, and then when you're at home,
Gaming.
You're gaming and you're recording it and you're putting it up on YouTube.
Yep.
Now, is this gaining traction already? Was it like the first one got 10,000 and then it kind of tapered off?
No. Actually, funny thing, there was another creator that started off the 2K movement named Chris Smooth. He basically was like the godfather to everyone. If you don't know who he is, then you just don't know 2K. So he was putting up videos for years. And as new creators came trickling in, me, Shakedown, 2012, like a couple other people, it was like it just started taking off. It literally was an engine on its own. And then when Machinima came over with Machinima Sports, we all ate. We all grew together. We all were doing different things, incorporating other video games into our storylines of our videos. It was just mad creation. And I love to see that type of stuff.
So what were the first videos? Like,
the first video was me holding up my cell phone, recording me getting a shoe endorsement from the Jordan brand. That's it. No audio from me. Just literally all you hear is a fan in the background. Just straight up raw gameplay from a cell phone. And that video till this day, I believe it has like 119,000 views.
Wow.
And it was recorded with a cell phone.
So it's recorded with a cell phone. At what point do you start to mature in the videos to, all right, now I'm a personality on the video? It's not just the game that's going on. Here I am. This is who is. These videos that you've been watching, like I'm the guy behind the name. And so now this is a channel and I'm a personality in addition to the content.
I would say that it took about 1.5 years for me to fully bloom into someone that was comfortable with speaking over the internet, talking on my videos, actually revealing my face to the internet, because social media, we were there when it first kind of started off, like the MySpace days, Black Planet, all of these different social sites that were trying to get good. But once Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook came out, they kind of broke the fold. So I just came out and said, you know what? I'm going to be a creator. I'm going to talk on my videos, give people tips, tutorials, help them out with things that they may need. That's how my channel kind of grew out. Then in off seasons of 2K, which is the season where it's like maybe May, June, it's not really too much content coming out. The new game is about to come out. I flipped over and turned it into a news channel for the upcoming games. So every time that happens, I'll go back to tips and tutorials, do a little bit of entertainment for a few months, and then go back into the news. So it's like a revolving cycle.
So you got over 625,000 subscribers on this channel. When did the big push happen? When all of a sudden you're looking and you're going, hold on now, like we're getting to the point where this ain't a hobby anymore. Look how many subscribers I have. Look how many views these things are getting. When did that happen?
I think that happened 2.5 years ago.
So you had been doing it for
a pretty while,
5-6 years.
Yep. And then I've decided that, hey, maybe I should go part-time at work. Had the conversation with my wife. She was like, you're doing really good. I think that you can take this all away.
Now, are you making money at that time?
Yes.
Good?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Are we talking like over 100 grand, over 50 grand? I mean,
probably 50 to 75 grand a year.
That's at the moment where you're saying, all right, I can take this on full time. But you're already making, this is just the side hustle.
Exactly.
And it's making you over 50 to 75?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So,
I mean, people are starting to understand there is real money in this world, right?
I think.
So how were you making money? Them putting the ads on and they just send you a check?
Yeah. So the long and drawn out process is so long, but I'll put it into layman's terms. Basically, as a content creator, there are certain rights that are held with gameplay, music, everything like that, that allows you to put ads on content. If the company doesn't come for that content, you are free to upload that content and make money off of that content. In the recent couple of years, they've been getting real strict on music. That's why you see a lot of people not using music as much as they used to.
We've had shows taken down.
Exactly.
We've had just shows that we've put up or clips that we've put up because it has a Post Malone song or whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
So back in the day, it was like dark ages. It was insane. Like you could literally upload a video and I would say 60% of that profit would be yours. Oh, because of course YouTube takes their cut because it's their platform. But other than that,
but you weren't scheduling the ads; they just put them up there.
You had to put the ad on the video, get a partnership with the MCN or something like that, or you could have went through Google. A lot of people, when they first started out as gamers, we went through multi-channel networks because that was the way to go, because it was the easy sign-on. With YouTube's requirements to become a partner, they were kind of like out of this world, you know what I mean? So a lot of people signed up where if you had 200 subscribers, you can go and get a deal with somebody, you know what I mean, and make a little bit of money, some chump change, some side money and stuff like that. But for me, it was like every time I made content, I wanted the people to reach out to me. And while I'm in the comments, I always stay in my comments. I just love the interaction, you know what I mean? So that's what it's always been about for me. As long as I upload a video.
So you used it as social media almost.
Basically, yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
And then you get the loyalty from the people, and then all of a sudden they're subscribing to the channel, and they're coming back and watching every video you put up.
Exactly.
At that time, what is the frequency of the videos?
I would say when I was really, really hard on the grind before I started becoming a streamer, I would say I was putting up 3 to 4 videos per week, maybe even 5 if I could stretch out something, if my wife would let me.
And these are how long?
Definitely 10-minute videos.
And how long is it the editing process?
Ooh, I would say 3 to 8 hours, depending on.
Oh, for each 10-minute video, you're spending 3 to 8 hours to edit that video prior to putting it up.
To make the entire project. Because, of course, we were playing My Career inside of NBA 2K.
Okay.
So if you wanted the simulation factor, you have to play on 12-minute quarters. That's an hour and 19 minutes to play every game. So you have to play the game. You have to export that to a certain hard drive or something like that.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's time consuming.
Yes.
But of course, nowadays there are editors out there that are willing to do that long, strenuous work for you and just let the creators be the creators. So things have changed and things have actually looked up because now there's more money to be made in this industry. And you don't just have to be a creator. You don't have to be a face like me.
Right.
You can be a thumbnail designer, someone that can, make banners or graphics for some teams or creators. You can be an editor, someone who is very, very good at editing, but doesn't necessarily want to be out there such as a creator. A lot of people don't know what it takes to be famous or be known. Like sometimes I walk into Target with like a dingy white tee on and basketball shorts, and I have to take that picture. Because I decided to come outside and I just didn't know that no one knew me. But if kids run up to me, I'm taking that picture every time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you quit the airport.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I fly free.
You still work there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just not many hours. Not as many hours.
I would say once or twice a month, maybe.
Does everybody you work with at the airport know?
Yes.
They all know.
They all know.
How often do you get recognized at the airport when you're on that job by like some kid who walks by and is like,
Funny thing, it only happened to me in the last like 3 years, maybe 5 times. But that's only because of where I work. Like I'm kind of like isolated off to the side where I'm outside working with other employees. But if I'm inside and I'm like eating at like a table or something like that, and I don't have like all my work gear on.
Do you ever talk about it? Do your viewers know?
Yeah, they know. They know.
They feel like they know your life.
Yeah, but what I've done is I've actually tried to separate that because I want to be more about gaming with them and more about being a gamer and understanding what it is to be a gamer. Because what a lot of people want to do nowadays, they want to come in for money. I want to let people know you have to come in and be happy, because what we provide for some people as far as being a streamer or a content creator is that release. You know what I mean? A lot of people have dead-end jobs. They want to figure out what to do, be happy. Some people pick up a controller just for a sense of just privacy, their own time. And what we do is we give them their time. We talk with them in the comment section, respond while streaming. If they have any questions, we respond on social media or in our inboxes and emails. And I love doing that stuff. I love speaking to other people because, we all have dark times. And we have to figure out how to get out of those. So
I try to explain to people because there's now a bunch of parents that will even say to me, it's like, I don't even understand. Like my kids, they watch these videos of other people playing video games. Like, why don't they just play the video game, right? And and I get it because I see my son watching everybody, including yourself, and the idea is. It's the personalities involved. It's not that they're watching somebody play a video game. It's these two guys playing against each other and one screaming about the other one. And it's like it's the reactions to everything going on. It would be like if you saw, I don't know, like if you were at an NBA game, but you knew the internal reactions of everything that's happening with these guys that are out on the court. And that's kind of what you get.
Also, though, like, don't sell yourself short. You're really good at the game.
Yeah,
people want to watch you play to learn things.
Yeah, that's
true. Like that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Like your son wants to watch him and this is how you do the behind the back move or whatever.
Right.
Like,
so, I mean, I'm fascinated with this whole the YouTube version of iPodKingCarter and the streaming. Obviously, they go hand in hand, but why not just be a YouTube guy, right? Why was the streaming thing something you wanted to get into also? And how lucrative is streaming? Is there big money in that now?
So to answer your first question, I actually got into streaming back in NBA 2K13. I was like one of the first streamers for 2K.
And you're streaming on what?
At that time, I was streaming on YouTube. I tried Twitch for a little bit, but now I'm exclusive with Facebook Gaming.
Okay.
So basically, maybe I would say what's that, about 6 years ago, I was streaming NBA 2K13, and I wanted to show people that creators can lose games we can win games, but generally we want to have fun with our friends. That's what it was all about for me as a streamer. It was about showcasing like, hey, I love making these videos, guys. I love cutting up our clips. I love showing people that we're really good at the game, but I want to show them you guys, because we're all like a single package. If somebody names me, they have to name my friends too. And that's the type of person I am. If you know me, you have to know my friends. You know what I mean? So we were streaming 2K for years before streaming actually got huge. So when Twitch came out, I tried it. I gave the platform a chance, but my YouTube fan base was really hardcore, and they just were not having it. You know what I mean? They were like, hey, no, come back to YouTube. We don't want all that. So I ended up leaving Twitch, going back to YouTube for a little bit. And 2 years ago, I got a call from someone that used to work at 2K. And he was saying, hey, I'm heading up something over at Facebook, and we're trying to actually make a gaming platform for streamers. And I was like, hey, that would be really dope, you know, to be one of the first pilot creators to actually come in on something from the ground floor and watch it build. And as things went along, the first year, of course, it had its struggles, but we were having fun streaming, you know what I mean? Because that's what I do. Like, I have fun with my friends. When I'm not making videos or anything like that, I'm playing a video game with them probably like, I would say 6 hours out of the day. You know what I mean? Like, if me and my wife not chilling, or me and my son or my daughter aren't doing anything,
That's what you're doing.
I'm playing a video game. Yes. So I'm playing with my friends. I was like, you know what, Facebook, let's try it. They named it Facebook Gaming, of course. We went out to the big launch. I have a couple people here with me. Good game, bro. And Bud22089 with me. So we were all like, hey, let's do it. Let's get in on it. And one thing that I can say about Facebook is when I got on the platform, I was a little worried about it because I didn't know how my YouTube fan base would trigger. You know what I mean? Because when I first started Twitch, it was really, really hard. Like, I mean, they would come to the comments and say, I'm not watching it here. See you on YouTube. But when I started Facebook, people would say, hey, I've never created a Facebook account. Well, go ahead and create one. Okay. So that was my leeway to get people to get on the platform and see what it's like. And the interface isn't bad. You know what I mean? Because we watch Facebook Watch. We watch videos and are able to scroll all day long. So people were actually inside of an app being able to watch content and not have a huge delay. So people loved Facebook gaming when it first started. Now, it's like, it's insane. Like, I believe 2 weeks ago, I ended up getting on the front page and being like the top streamer, I think like top 3 of that day, like over like one of the biggest streamers on Facebook. I think at one point, I think it was Stone Mountain. I was right above him. I was about to text him like, Stone, I'm above you. And like, those are huge goals, because as a sports gamer, I always tell everyone, our time will come.
And how many people are you talking about streaming at that when you have to get in the top 3?
I'm talking maybe 1.2 concurrent to 4.6 concurrent.
Holy
mackerel! 1,000 people, 1,000 people. Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
Like concurrent, like I literally was on stream thanking everyone that was there. Like I think I went on a thank you spree for like 15 minutes, just thanking people for coming through, hitting that follow button, sharing it. People were sending stars. It was just an insane amount of support.
All right, so to this day, you're still doing
Facebook gaming, streaming,
but you're not doing YouTube videos. How often?
I do YouTube videos maybe once every week or twice every week if I can put them out.
Once or twice a week for the videos, and then how often do you stream?
4 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Oh, that's like a job.
Yeah, yep. And actually, it makes it a little bit easier for me, because with that content that I created on Facebook, I can then edit it up later and maybe put out a funny moments on YouTube, because this is comical gold. Like, when we are playing video games together, we are trash talking each other. We are telling each other how terrible we are.
So the buddies, the 4, like, you know what I mean? When you were talking about on Facebook, and you've got a couple guys with you.
Yeah.
Is it the same guys every day on this? Like for the 4 hours, 5 days a week?
Yep.
You're playing against people.
We're playing against different people, but our core, well, we call ourselves the sales squad.
Okay.
So basically, somebody is going to sell. And I got an employee of the month vest waiting for whoever is ready to sell that day. So last night we got into a huge argument about who sold last night. So I think we had like 45 minutes of just chatting, talking about what went wrong in a game that we should have blown these guys out, but we lost by like 1 or 2 points.
Okay.
So it's like with my friends, we talk about what our flaws are, and we make sure that we fix it next time, but we joke around about things all day long. So we'll like, I'll shoot up a shot. Somebody be like, you shot that?
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, my
so
bad.
it's just to be funny. I mean,
Exactly.
right? Like you guys are just acting like you would.
Yeah, exactly.
And so now, look, I live in a house with kids. Do you just have the damn thing barricaded? How do you make sure? You know what I'm saying? How do you make it? Like I try to, because I do a podcast for The Ringer. If they're home, I have to go upstairs into a room, barricade the room, get in the corner. Yeah, because otherwise the dog's gonna bark. They're gonna bang on the door.
Yep.
They're gonna
Well,
like,
or you go the other way, and they're just part of it.
Yeah, sometimes. So basically what I do is for my 4 hours, whatever happens, happens. I let Facebook know for sure, like, hey, guys, today we're going to be streaming. Maybe my wife may take them to Chuck E. Cheese, out to their extracurricular activities like Kumon or YMCA things and all that. So once they come home, as soon as I hear like the first stomp or the jingles on the door, I know what time it is.
It's over.
Yeah, my daughter brings me a drawn picture. Of course, every stream, she draws something for me, brings it down to me. I look at it, we go over it, ask her how her day was. My son might come down, taking out the trash or something like that, dragging like a huge bag, just hitting every single step. It's like, it's insane. But
so you just let it happen like reality TV.
Yep. And the funny thing that you said that, the reason why kids are now comfortable to watch other people play games that they love is because of what we grew up on. We grew up on, what was that first show that came out? Was it Real World?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
That's right.
We were watching real people's lives.
That's
and
right.
that's what you get when you get my stream. When you get my stream, you get what our day is going to be like playing this video game. You might get a little bit of things extra, like we might talk about credit. We might talk about health. It's just general conversation stuff because everybody wants to learn different things in life. We might have somebody that's watching that may be 45 years old and he might just be sitting there for the credit talk and he'll be waiting like, hey guys, you guys going to talk about credit today? Or we might have the 16-year-old that just want to talk about what James Harden did last night and we'll talk about that, like who's better, top five, all of that. And then we'll have the youngins that come in, they'll be like, hey, I'm on my mom's account. And I'll be like, hi, Shirley. And she'll be like, no, my name's not Shirley, it's her son. And then, we'll say, hey, welcome to the stream. Congratulate them for coming in and stuff like that. Thanks for watching and all that. And then we'll talk to them about things.
I never, look, I know there are people that have all manner of different views on economics and everything, but it is truly, this is like, if you were ever going to hard sell capitalism to somebody, it is guys like in the YouTube age, you didn't have to work your way up and intern somewhere and then get some big brand behind you in order to push you. It is, in the end, survival of the fittest when it comes to this stuff and making a career out of it. There's nobody that, the people decide.
Yep.
The people decide, right? You're either entertaining or you're not.
you're not. Yep.
And you're either going to have people view you, and if you're not, guess what? You can't make a career out of it. Right? But if you do...
one thing that I tell people, never give up on whatever dream you have.
Did you think you were going to be an entertainer of some type? Is that what you dreamed of doing while you were at the airport? I know you're doing this stuff for fun, but did you ever think, that's what I want to do, and this is just a different avenue to do it?
Nope, never. I literally, when I was 17 years old, I had an option: go to community college or go to the airport. I had an in at the airport to get me in the airport before my 18th birthday, and I had the actual down payment for my first semester in hand at the window. And I chose to go to the airport. I chose to make some more money, make a decision on what I wanted to do a year later. Then I met the love of my life. You know what I mean? So I wanted to grow up early. So we ended up doing that. We had our first child. And then one of my friends hit me up and said, hey, upload those clips to YouTube. And ever since then, I've just been slowly upgrading my setup, making things a lot better for the user experience that is watching. And
did you think you were just going to work at the airport, have a good job, live with the girl that you married?
Yep.
And that was going to be life?
I thought that was going to be it. Yep. I thought I was just going to be a working person that worked for someone else and just make sure you stay on the right path. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. Drinking is not really my thing anyway. So if we're socially, you may see me sipping a Sprite. So, it's one of those things where gaming was my, how should I say, my addiction, I guess.
What about your parents? Where are they in all this?
My dad, he actually owns his own business. So okay, funny thing, the Carter family in Chester, PA are all entrepreneurs. Everyone owns land, property, doing hair, clothing, real estate. It's just we literally
Successful family already.
yes.
When this is all happening, I mean, again, it's at its infancy. Are they like, what the hell are you talking about?
every month.
Streaming and YouTube video. How can I watch your videos?
You're playing
Right?
games?
Yeah.
Yep, you're playing games. So basically, I would say a few months ago, I got an article written about me in the Philadelphia Inquirer. And this article kind of went viral through my family members and people at my job. Of course, my wife, she plastered it like on the window of like her workstation. So everybody at the job knew about it. And I started getting phone calls like, hey, how are you making $100K a year playing video games? And me, I just look at it like, hey, I'm just having
And you're
fun
short
playing.
selling that too.
Yeah, all day.
You're
for sure.
You're not. You look. You ain't making $100K with 625,000 subscribers, brother. You ain't fooling me. Yeah, but you don't want to get robbed. I get it.
This is true. This is true. So
you probably got $100K around your neck right now.
so basically, I just I sure sell it whenever we have family events, Pollyannas and stuff like that.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I can give out a little bit. I'm cool. How much was that? 150. Oh yeah, I think I got that.
Right. If you tell them how much you make, then everybody's gonna start hitting you up for money.
Yeah, that as well as
I don't have that much.
Yeah, I ain't got that much. But one thing that I can say, what we do like to do in families in general is help each other out with ventures. So I don't want to be like the lone shark of the family and stuff like that.
Did your
You know what I
parents
mean?
think it was goofy?
When I was younger, my mom didn't like me gaming. Like, she used to cut my PlayStation off before we had memory cards, and I used to be like in the middle of like a board. I would have to start all over. I used to be pissed, but I was a kid.
And you and your
know what
mother
I mean?
have a horrible relationship because of that.
for sure. Like, come on, Mom.
It's
Why?
the worst.
So, but my dad, he always believed in what I wanted to do. Like when I was the age of 14, he told me from this day forward, every decision you make will basically shape the way your life is going to go. So, that was basically like, hold on, I don't want to mess up my life. So whenever I seen things that may go haywire or go left, I just steered clear of it. I had my working papers at 14. I worked at McDonald's, Burger King, Sears, anywhere that I could keep my time wound up so I wouldn't be in the streets or doing anything that I shouldn't be doing, hanging with people I shouldn't be hanging with. And then, when I got to the airport, I flew out for the first time. And when I came home, I looked at my bank account and I said, I still got a little bit of money left. Hey, this could be something. And, every year, annually, me and my wife and my 2 children, we take, I think, 3 trips a year. And we go to extravagant places that we would have never thought when we were younger that we would ever be, because of the situations that we grew up in.
Right.
So, it's life-changing. Literally, gaming has made that so much easier because we can expense stuff. You know what I mean? And to answer one of your earlier questions about is there money in streaming, yes. If you can get a deal from a streaming company, which you've heard many different creators, like huge creators, get insane amounts of money.
And those people.
Yeah. There are other deals out there for smaller creators. So if you're a creator and you're thinking about streaming, I would say if you want to be a streamer and you want to try to chase that avenue, you can do so, but nothing comes easy. Like I said, I've been streaming since NBA 2K13. I wouldn't have got a streaming deal if I just was a YouTube content creator, because they would have said, this guy doesn't stream.
Right.
What does he know about streaming?
And you've been streaming for 6 years.
Yeah. So that's why I got hit up.
Somebody on Twitter wanted to ask you a question. They said, I'm trying to start YouTube content creation stuff. What's the proper equipment I need and setup cost?
Okay.
That's a good question.
So basically, a budget build is probably going to be what you want to set up. What I can say is you can go to kit.co/iPodKingCarter. I have a couple different budget setups on there, but basically you can start off from the mud. I mean, nice Dell laptop, something with maybe USB 3 outputs. Get yourself an Elgato recorder.
Right.
You probably already have the console, whether it's Xbox or PS4. Go ahead, start recording some of your gameplay. Go out to Best Buy if you want to. Get a $30 USB snowball mic from Blue. You can do a lot of these things. Get yourself like some little Apple earbuds to hear the gameplay back. While you're editing, learn how to edit. Watch YouTube. I learned so much from YouTube, like so much. People won't believe that I didn't get a higher education for being a video editor, a photographic designer, content. They wouldn't believe it. They'll say, "How did you learn all this stuff?" From literally endless YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like instead of me having an editor, I could edit every single video that I make, but I choose to use an editor to spend more time with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's actually giving me the ability to have that freedom and just create.
So guesstimate the entire price.
I would say to start out, it'll be $1,300 to start out, and that's on the high side.
Yeah.
Only if you don't have the console. If you have the console, it'll probably cost you maybe, I would say $400 total. Maybe $450.
The big cost probably the laptop.
The laptop itself.
Because everything else,
Yeah.
if you have the console.
So iPod King Carter, you can check him out. YouTube, Facebook, gaming, streaming, the whole thing. Congratulations on all your success.
You can watch
man.
it tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
Watch tonight. It's going to be at the Grizz Bash tonight. And check out Grizzlies.com. Tickets still available for that. You can play against iPod King Carter and all manner of gamers that are in town. In addition to that, the roster will also be there.
All the Grizzlies.
Oh,
Yeah.
and also don't forget, we will be streaming exclusively from the Grizzlies Facebook page
Yeah.
as well.
Perfect.
So if they want to actually watch the event because they're not in town,
Yep.
they can watch the whole event.
Perfect.
it's
You
gonna
can give money.
be dope.
You can
Yep.
pledge
and
all
you
that
and you
stuff.
can
Yeah.
pledge. You can donate to St. Jude. Shout out to St. Jude. You know what I mean? So you can definitely do that. You know what I mean? Show your support because these things that we do for as far as gaming and everything, we do this to give back. And anything that we can do, we're going to do it for sure.
Awesome.
So we
Thank-
hope that you guys can as well.
It's nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you, man.
Thanks, Lang.
Yeah, man.
Thank you to John Roser across the glass. Thanks to Kevin Clark. Thanks to Devin Walker. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.